Hey, welcome back to Toy Foolery, and today we're checking out the Scarlet Spider on the blister card. I guess this is a retro figure. I don't know. Stay tuned and find out if it's any good. Here we have Scarlet Spider, aka Ben O'Reilly, another Spider-Man clone, because we have to have tons and tons of Spider-Man. Anyway, let's see if this box is better than your mom's.
This box better than the box he was held in.
So first thing you notice when we get this is that we have this cool artwork of Scarlet Spider on the side. Cool. And that's all we get because Hasbro hates us and they refuse to give us more than one piece of artwork. Hooray. And I do not have the original Scarlet Spider, but I'm assuming because of all the things that I've seen in the past year from Spider-Man toys, that this is an older toy because it has toe articulation, and that's something that, as much as I would love all Spider-Man to have, they only do it on a select few for some reason, or as an older mode. Or I could be wrong and they decided that, hey, it's dumb that we don't give Spider-Man toe articulation. But let's get into the box and see.
What's in the box?
So in the box we get Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider rather, with 2 sets of additional hands, 2 whipping hands, and 2 web wall crawling hands. Hooray for Hasbro for not giving me 1 wall crawling hand and 1 whipping hand and the 2 fists that came on the box. Would Mills have shot you for this? Meh, maybe. I'm not sure what else you could give besides actual web shooting from the web shooter. But other than that, you actually gave me hands for him. You can't give him an alternate head. He's not as, they don't usually show him as expressive as the other Spider-Man, so that's fine. So I'm gonna say Mills wouldn't have shot you, maybe, but I'm gonna say no. Anyway, let's check out the design. So this is a really cool Scarlet Spider. I really like the design on the head. No webs on the body. This is just basically a big piece of red plastic, which is fine because they give us really cool details such as the webs, his web shooters, his belt, the pouches on his legs, and his hoodie, which is the design on the hoodie, the spider logo. It's awesome. So yes, it's just a general piece of plastic, but they actually did such a good job with it that I'm not mad at it. This is actually a really good action figure, and his neck is not 18 billion inches long, so kudos to them for that. Anyway, let's go and check out if this thing can do a squat.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and...
He has double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. They're both pinless, so I was wrong. I assumed that this was a reuse, and it's not. The reason why I was asking is because it has toe articulation, and God bless you, Hasbro, for giving us toe articulation, because you didn't give that to the Last Stand Spider-Man, which, once again, all Spider-Man should have toe articulation. Doesn't make any sense, but he does have a rocker. Can go back and forth. Can go back and forth. Double jointed knee. He has a boot cut. He has a thigh cut. He does have torso articulation, even though it's being blocked by his belt and by his hoodie. Double jointed elbows. And he has beefy biceps, so that stops him. So he should, in theory, be able to squat, even though he's going to be limited by the hoodie. And you could get him under a girder and have him do a squatting position. And he does have toe articulation, so you could do some really cool Spider-Man poses because they give him the ability to. Now, if I was better at posing, I would have him on his toes, but not bad. Good articulation on this toy, which means that if I can do this with some simple manipulation, mind manipulation, I should be able to get him in a superhero landing pose, and I did very easily. I didn't have to do anything. The only problem is that because of the way his torso is, I'm not going to get him to be able to do a proper I'm not going to be able to get him to do a proper superhero landing close enough. Grenades and superhero landing poses close enough. So not bad. Superhero landing, his squat, that means he can do 90% of the poses that most people will want him to do. So cool for that. Let's see if we can get this leg up here and do it. Bend this back. Here we go. Yeah, a little bit better. So toe articulation makes a huge difference. You see the difference that it gets. You can get him in a much cooler pose. So Hasbro, more toe articulation. Yes, I could have just forced his leg down and have his foot flat, but this looks much cooler, especially for Spider-Man and a lot of heroes that are more agile. Anyway, let's get into the money. This toy is worth $25. You get a decent amount of accessories with it. You get his alternate hands at least. You get wall crawling hands. You get whipping hands. And he actually looks super cool. I'm going to say, with no caveats, this is a toy to have. Not even if you're not a fan of Spider-Man, you should get this toy. It looks cool. It can do some really cool poses. I'm endorsing this. It's one of the few toys that I'm just going to endorse outright and say, hey, you got to have. Yeah, guys, go get it. Really cool looking Ben O'Reilly. That's it for me, guys. I'll catch you in the next vid.